Hey, what's up, everybody? Tonight I had an idea about something since they released that Intergrade news dump the other day, and how we had been talking about and speculating on a few things. And one thing I wanted to run by you all tonight and have everybody really think about for the weekend. Actually, this is the weekend video. Tomorrow is actually Family Day, so I won't be making any content tomorrow. Maybe drop something for you on Sunday. But for the weekend, let's be thinking about this. Final Fantasy VII Intergrade, right? Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade dropped a lot of information on us. Namely, Deepground, Weiss, and Yuffie, right? So, what do all three of those things have in common? Vincent Valentine. Now, am I saying we're going to see Vincent Valentine in Intergrade? No, absolutely not. That's not what I'm saying. But I think there could be some alluding to Vincent. And here's kind of what I'm thinking, right? I think it's funny, right? It's very odd, an odd choice that Deepground and possibly the Tvets with Weiss and all that could be the main villains of Yuffie's storyline, right? I find it odd that they would pair those two together, right? But as we have seen, what Nomura and Kitase and Nojima and the whole staff have been doing is they have been playing with fans' recollection of the story and of the compilation, right? They do it thematically throughout the entire game. They play with your concepts and your conceptions, and they write the story with the knowledge that we have prior working knowledge of the compilation and the original game and all that kind of stuff. So when they released that trailer for Intergrade, and they've been releasing this information, you've got Yuffie, of course, it's episode intermission, right? You've got Yuffie, and you got Sona and all those other characters. But and then they tease Deepground on you, and then they show Weiss, and Weiss actually, if that's him talking at the end of it, it could be someone else. Could be someone else talking at the end of it. But let's assume for right now that it's him talking at the end of it. What a wild swing they might be taking, and we might get some eluding story-wise, like some of the stuff that people say, or maybe even you find like files and data and information and stuff pointing to Vincent Valentine. Also, not only Vincent Valentine do I think Intergrade is going to tease some stuff with Vincent. I think we're going to get heavy-handed teasing doses of teasing with Genesis. Because Weiss being this villain, they kind of pulled it out of their rear end, right? Because he has nothing to do with this point in the story or anything. I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it because they are going a different path, right? I'm cool with it, and it really ignites the imagination. It makes us think, is Nero going to be around? Or the other Tvets going to be around? Are we going to get like a Shulk sighting or what's going on? I think they're going to allude heavily to Genesis, right? Now, here's something else to think about. Since Zack survived, could we see something, not see Zack, but could Weiss have knowledge? Because here's the thing. Weiss is kind of connected to this neural network, right? He's kind of connected to the Shinra database mainframe. Basically, in a sense, that's kind of one of his powers. He would have knowledge of all of Shinra's dirty secrets and all the things they've kind of kept on the down low, and secret emails, and BCC this person, BCC that person. He's gonna have all this dirt on people. He's gonna be like Danny DeVito's Penguin in Batman Returns, right? He's in the sewer. He's putting everybody's like shredded documents back together and stuff like that. So Weiss, they could be a cool way they go with him, that he's got dirt on everybody. Like he's going to be very knowledgeable too, because I feel like what they're doing is they are like retconning characters to make them better. Like they're going to take all these compilation characters that weren't written well, and Weiss is really their first swing at this. He is really their first swing. This is kind of a test run for Genesis, I feel like, because like I said on the Discord, we've been talking about it on Discord, and we've also been talking about it in the live stream we did the other night. Weiss falls into that whole Genesis conversation, right? I love the concept of the character. The concept is great. The execution was not great. The execution on Weiss was actually pretty poor. The execution on Genesis was meh. I'll go a step below for Weiss. His execution was poor. Both concepts are great. I think the concept of Genesis is incredible. The concept of Weiss is really good too. But the execution was not very good. And I think it's a situation where you had different writers and different ideas, because these are Nomura characters, but different people handling them in the compilation. Now, he's kind of like wrangling all those ideas in and kind of reformatting these characters. So we could see a competently executed, proper vision of Weiss. And this is the first true test, and this is why it's important. This is why whatever they do with Weiss is very important for the remake, complete, whatever you want to call it, compilation, story, vision going forward. Because this is the first character that was fully realized outside of Final Fantasy VII that was a part of the compilation that will be getting a starring role. Now there were other characters in Final Fantasy VII Remake that were in the novels and stuff like that, and mentioned in the novels or whatever, or the side stories, the expanded stuff, whatever you want to call it. But this is the first time we are going to see a character from one of the compilation games get a big role, and this is going to be important to see how they execute him. And I think this really will be telling how we see characters like Cisne, how we see characters like Genesis and Zack. Of course, Zack was in OG7, but he really shined. His time to shine was in Crisis Core. So yes, he is a Final Fantasy VII character, but he was fleshed out and completed in Crisis Core. So whatever way you fall on Zack, whatever side of the fence you fall on Zack, he's a 7 character, he's a Crisis Core character. I think either argument is justified, because yes, he is a Final Fantasy VII character, but he was fleshed out and shown the breadth of his tale in Crisis Core. So whichever argument you want to make for him on that, both are valid. I feel like both of those are valid. So you're both right. But I'm really excited. I think Intergrade is going to be a lot more important than a lot of people are excited for it. But I think people are kind of losing the importance of it. Like, this is the first, like, Deepground, the Civets, Weiss. This is very important because this is the first time we have seen, like I said before, a non-OG Final Fantasy VII character get front and center stage billing in this new vision of the game. So it's going to be important. The execution is going to be key. Execution will be key in this, but I'm excited to see where it goes. Let me know what you all think about that. What are you looking forward to in Intergrade, and what part of Intergrade, or what possible part of Intergrade, do you feel like is going to be the most important and the most potent part of the game itself? So leave your comments below on that. I'm really excited to see what you all say. Also, if you want to join the conversation on my Discord, the link is in the description of the video. We've got that up and running. We're building a community. It's growing every day. So thanks for everybody who's jumping into the conversation, coming out, hanging out, having a good time, theory crafting there with everybody. And of course, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram up here, Kaufman20XX. You can support me on Patreon, where I give all kinds of cool stuff away all the time. I'm on there daily almost, talking to everybody. So, but you all have a great weekend. Enjoy your weekend. It should be beautiful out there. If it ain't, if it's nasty and raining, stay in and play some games. Start taking care of that backlog you've got to get through. I've got a big backlog to get through, but that's only because I've got so many projects I'm working on all the time. So you all have a great night. Be good to each other. Have a great weekend. Be good to each other. Stay safe out there. Keep rocking. I'll see you all in the next video.